Arresting development in the Sulky.
Arresting development indeed. Ken Warkinen, former police officer turned trotting trainer John McDermott is joining us in the Sulky. And John, you have been blessed to co-own and train one of the fastest horses ever to look through a bridle, Hurricane King Cole. He's in the 11th race tonight, but I'm sure it's been a dream to have a horse like this, also a nightmare at times too, because he's been very frustrating with his up and down career.
Yeah, he's been tough on me, but the frustration's more for him than for me because he doesn't even realize he's got issues going on with his blood, or there's issues with him being sick, or issues with his breathing, because he's such a phenomenal horse to be around, and he thinks he's ready to go out and break the world record tomorrow. And he gets out there, and sometimes he can't breathe properly, or his blood's messed up, and it makes it a little hard to deal with.
Well, last year was tough, especially by his standards, what you expect of him. He only made 62,000. Won his first start of the year in 50 and looked like a monster. Meadowlands Pace Night, you won in 47-4, but the rest of the season was a struggle. Was there one issue or just a myriad of things?
Now, last year his major issue was he was good the first few starts, and then a white blood count started dropping, and he had a virus that bugged him, and this has plagued him at 2 and 3, and then again last year, but last year it got real bad. And so that was an issue for him. It was his white blood count, and we couldn't get it corrected. I took him to Cornell, and they found something wrong with his throat, which didn't answer the white blood count issue. So they treated his throat, and they cut the cords on his vocal cords, and I was hoping that was going to help, and looking at it right now, I don't know if that was the right move at all, because he hasn't trained back like the same horse. He's he's fit, but he's just not the gorilla he was when I was training him earlier.
And speaking of being a gorilla, at times on the track, I've thought he's his own worst enemy. He's so aggressive at times. Very, very fast horse, but just wants to go all the time, and sometimes doesn't let his drivers rate him.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'd kill to have that horse tonight. If that was what he wanted to do tonight, I'd be the happiest man on earth, because we kept trying to fix him, and I don't think I really appreciate what I had in the first place, because he's just, he was very headstrong, and maybe Yannick didn't go enough 118 that day. Should have rolled him a little harder, and we would have been all right.
What's been your highlight with Hurricane King Cole? What will you remember the most after he retires?
I think it's the little stuff at the barn with him, because he's such a clown, and he likes to play with me, and I enjoy that so much. And I mean, his 47-3 last year and his 47-3 the year before, they were both great miles, but it was kind of like a letdown because they weren't in a big venue. It wasn't the big race and stuff. When he did it the Meadowlands Pace Consolation, that was tremendous, but I really wanted that to be the final. I think it's just the first time I ever cut him loose on the racetrack, and the speed I felt in him, I've never felt that in another horse, and that was the highlight so far for me, because I just knew I had something special.
Well, here's Hurricane King Cole's qualifier at the Meadowlands, and he won it in 54-1, but the final quarter was only in 29 seconds flat as we roll it in from here. Were you happy with this performance, or what were your thoughts?
Absolutely not. After the mile, when Yannick came back, we wanted the 3/4. That was great. Then we wanted him to fly home, and afterwards Yannick says, Johnny, he just wasn't right. And I took him back, and we put a scope in him, and we checked his lungs, and he had a ton of mucus, and surprise, surprise, Cole's sick again. And it's just been an ongoing thing, and we gave him the week off and treated him up. And I'm really grateful that Yannick stuck with him tonight, and it was really great that Ronnie Burke let Yannick stay with him, because I just want Yannick there, because this might be a one and done. If he's no good tonight, he might be going back to Cornell to have another surgery done on him. And I really wanted Yannick there, because his opinion means the world to me. So that's real important tonight.
Well, the horse is only 5 years old, and sometimes we forget that. Do you think he's still salvageable? Can you get him back on the right track, and can he be the tremendous pacer we all think he has the talent to be?
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing that's concerning me right now is his throat. His white count's in check. He's healthy. He's always been a sound horse. It's just right now, I don't know. We did step 1 of 2 procedures up there at Cornell, and if it wasn't for my buddy Scotty Robinson coming in and saving the day, one of our partners in the middle of the procedure freaked out and wanted out of the horse. And it's one of those things where you got to move $50,000 like in 2 seconds to be able to even follow through on what we were doing. And Scotty was able to come through and save that for me. Otherwise, I'd really be behind the 8 ball.
Well, let's talk about your other horse you have in tonight. That's Storm and Rustler. He's in the 5th race. Now, you won a C2 with him. Had to move up to a C1. Didn't think you had a chance there, but we roll it in from here. Look at this dude finish. He wins again back-to-back.
Yeah, and it's so funny because when Pete put him into a C1 off his win in the C2, I said that was the most non-impressive race ever when he won in 55. And, you know, Stormy's just an old knock-around horse, and he tries all the time. He's not like a lot of glory. I mean, he won 1 race coming into this meet, and now he's won 2 in a row. And last week might have been the best race of his life, and I was just absolutely thrilled, and it was great for the owner. And, you know, Ronnie just always liked the horse and stuff, so it was really nice to see that happen. And I think that horse has raced here probably more than any horse on the grounds. He's almost at 100 starts at the Meadowlands, which is a great achievement for a low claimer.
Well, let's talk about tonight's race. He's in the 5th. You've got post 8. Can you make it 3 straight?
Yeah, he absolutely can. I'm telling you, I've never seen him that sharp, and I think he really can.
Now, moving on to the 11th race, Hurricane King Cole. This may be the toughest B1 pace I have ever seen in my life. You got that DeVuto Hanover, looks like a monster, and the former Houghton winner, Alexi Matosi, he's in the horse sale. You know they're going to cannon him off the wings. This is a strong field.
Yeah, it's a great field, and it's a great race for Cole. And for the handicappers, put him on top of the ticket or take him off the ticket, because it's going to be feast or famine, in my opinion.
So it's either checkers or wreckers,
right,
as we say
absolutely.
in NASCAR. Well, John, you get it. You spend a lot of time here at the racetrack. You know the sport needs to be pumped up. You know that we need to try some new things. What are your impressions right now of the new Meadowlands?
This is phenomenal. I think Jeff did such a great job with this place, and if anybody hasn't been up to the rooftop yet, go take a look and see what the spring's going to bring, because watching a race up there is a view most of us have never seen. It's just absolutely amazing what you can see happening in the race, and it's going to make it a lot of fun for people.
And you may not want to go up there tonight if those heavy rains are falling. Maybe wait till next week. One last question for you. I know you were a big runner in high school. My daughter got me an entry into the Steamtown Marathon in Scranton, Pennsylvania this fall. Any advice for my training?
Yeah, I would hand out drinks to the runners while they go by.
That might be what I'm qualified for. John McDermott, thanks for joining us. Good luck tonight with Hurricane King Cole and Storm and Rustler and the rest of the season as well.
Thanks, Sam.
John McDermott in the Sulky. We're 19 minutes away from opening post on a Saturday evening. Big Pick 5 carryover to talk about and much more, so stay tuned.